Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to the Humanity First UK absolutely phenomenal quiz. I mean, what better way can I describe it than in those words? Backed by popular demand, our second quiz. The first one was an absolute riot, and I'm sure a lot of you at home enjoyed the shenanigans of the first quiz. Of course, slightly different setup this time. We're all joining you from the comforts, indeed, I am, from the comforts of our own homes. But I'm sure the excitement and the fun will be great nonetheless. Get ready for joining part of this quiz. Of course, the whole quiz is about charity and about how we can get together and try to make a difference in people's lives. Of course, for many Muslims right now, we're celebrating the day of Eid, again, a very joyous occasion for many people around the world, but also gives us an opportunity to realize just how much of a difference we can make in other people's lives. Get ready for the quiz by downloading the Slido app, so you'll be able to take part in our interactive quiz by jumping on the Slido app or by visiting slido.com. That's SLIDO.com. And the event code, which will get you onto our very, very special quiz, is HFUK. So go on to slido.com or download the Slido app and jump on with the event code HFUK. Of course, I have to tell you to subscribe to our YouTube channels and, of course, to like this video. I mean, who wouldn't like this video? It's absolute pinnacle entertainment and it's absolute best. Of course, donate at HFUK. That's HF, Humanity First, UK.org/donate, HFUK.org/donate. Please dig deep. That's what the show is all about, getting people to make that sacrifice, make those donations for people around the world that sometimes don't have the things that we take for granted. Especially one of the key things we're doing this time is raising money for an Ivory Coast hospital. So the HFUK is building a hospital in the Ivory Coast, and we are trying to get as much donations for that brilliant endeavor as possible. And on that note, just before we go and look at meet some of our fantastic guests that are taking part, I can pretend in the studio, but I'm sitting here at home. Just before we meet some of them, we're going to have a little look at the Ivory Coast Hospital project.
The need is for maternal and pediatric care, but also because it's next to the main auto route. So Abidjan is on the south coast, and there's an auto route that snakes up to Yamoussoukro and heads north to Bouaké and Kofikro. And when we first looked at this site, this was on the outskirts of the city, but even in the time that we've been doing the planning and design, other towns have now come up on the route adjacent to it. And so there's a big population that we could be serving, many of them who are totally underserved. And even for maternal and pediatric care, he was citing the example of the Guatemala hospital, where the quality of not just the facilities, but the quality of the services and care is going to be central, because that will attract not just the local population. We are next to a main highway, so we're well connected, but also private patients and other patients from that region. However, for the lower income parts of the population, such as the Abobo slum, then there are probably 3 or 4 million people who can't afford proper healthcare. And how does that manifest itself? Women not surviving maternity, children, those are the people that are most affected. So there was a clear need, and the location, we needed a compromise of a location that wasn't too far from those populations that we need to serve, but also where we could also subsidize their care by providing private treatment as well. If you put it right in the slum, that wouldn't have worked.
So a bit of a deeper look there into what is hopefully going to be a fantastic project. Again, a lot of work to be done. Indeed, no beating around the bush. A lot of money to be spent. I mean, the fact of the matter is that these kind of projects that are transformative in people's lives do require that monetary push and that financial injection to actually make sure that we can provide the best possible care. But as you know, as with every other project of HFUK, we endeavor to give every pound, every penny that's given straight there to the people that absolutely need it most. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, to actually make sure that the money that you are giving makes a real difference. So please do go onto our website. I've said it before, go onto our website, hfuk.org, uk.org/donate and make your donations throughout today. And hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of the proceedings as well. Speaking to, and again, that video is important, and not just for the donation, but also there were some points in there which may or may not be useful later on in the show. Moving on to our fantastic contestants and a little bit about the format of the quiz as well. We're actually going to be joined. We're quite lucky actually this time because we haven't just got people that I knew from before. Although I have had the pleasure of speaking to these fine people just yesterday in the dry run of this show. You wouldn't be able to tell at all, would you? But we have. I'll go from left to right. I think we have with us NK Prestige Motors. Joined by James and James, and what a lineup there. James Hodgson and James Brown. And I'm told to read this quote out. Listen to this. It's not just a car, it's someone's dream. Sports prestige and supercar dealership. I'm open for voiceovers any day of the week. So thanks a lot, NK Prestige Motors, James and James. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers. In the middle, we have EcoWorld. We're joined by Ryan Bowen, Aria Balamoni. Sorry, I was thinking of my childhood names there. Aria Balamoni and Arfa Utter. And again, here you go. Working towards a sustainable tomorrow. EcoWorld promotes social values as a responsible nationwide construction and engineering services company. And of course, you'll be recognizing the name EcoWorld from our last HF Pizzathon. Where they very kindly were the sponsors of the last show as well. Many of you will still be remembering the fond memories of pizza being delivered hot and fresh to your home. For those that didn't, we apologize, of course. So EcoWorld, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then finally, and by all means not least, Balfour Beatty. We're joined by Salman Muzaffar, Chris Saunders and Joseph Hill. I can see two people on the call, but I'm sure the third may be experiencing invisibility problems. And I'm told to read, driving the transformation of our industry to meet the challenges of the future. That's a tagline. Balfour Beatty is a leading international infrastructure group. So again, thank you very much for joining us. And I hope you all the contestants enjoy today's show. In terms of the format of the quiz today, there's going to be 30 seconds per question to answer, which may not be a lot, but I'm told the questions will be short and sharp, and you'll be giving multiple options to be able to give your answers. There'll be 5 questions per round, so 30 seconds per question, 5 questions per round, and a total of 8 rounds to get through. That sounds like a lot, but we'll be speeding through it, so do keep up. And of course, right at the end, if there is a tie in terms of the number of correct answers given, a tiebreaker will be decided by the time elapsed having given the answer. So without further ado, if I get the green light by the people in the back rooms, we can start the quiz. Cool. Round 1, general knowledge. And again, everyone at home, jump on the Slido app. The code to join in is HFUK. Jump on the Slido app or slido.com. The code to enter is HFUK, and you can play along with us, and we'll be going through the leaderboard and seeing who is whereabouts. Right, question 1, general knowledge. Street artist Banksy is originally associated with which British city? Is it A, London, B, Bristol, C, Nottingham, or D, Swansea? A street artist Banksy is originally associated with which British city? Is it A, London, B, Bristol, C, Nottingham, or D, Swansea? That's going to be interesting to see how people have voted for on this. I think we're out of time now. Let's have a look at what our audience in the studios have voted. Oh, so I don't get to see what they've voted yet. I'm gonna speak to people, and I'm gonna be. This should be interesting. Let's go for Balfour Beatty. What did you go for?
We went for Bristol.
Went for Bristol, right? Okay. And EcoWorld, did you follow suit?
We got Bristol as well.
Okay. And for the full house, NK Prestige Motors, did you go for Bristol?
Full house.
There we go. All right.
Bristol.
Went for Bristol as well. If we can see the right answer, please. And there we go. At home, I think we've had 33 people that have been voting so far. I'm sure that number will be going up. 67% have gone for Bristol, 6% Nottingham, 6% Swansea. A couple people there. So let's go for the correct answer now. Let's see what the correct answer is. They're keeping us all in suspense. And again, great. The correct answer was Bristol, B, with 67%. Great. Question number 2. How many members of parliament are there? How many MPs are there? 220, and this is here in the UK. 220, 575, 650, or 748? How many members of parliament or MPs are there? Is it A, 220, B, 575, C, 650, or D, 748? Now, of course, the number of MPs, I'm reading off this stat, don't think I'm encyclopedia. The number of MPs has changed over the years as a result of the redistribution of seats and boundary changes to constituencies. There you go. In 1707, if you needed to know, it started with 558. But for now, we're not asking about 558. We're asking about now. How many members of Parliament, MPs, are there today? 220, 575, 650, or 748? Let's go back to our contestants to see how they voted. James and James, NK Prestige Motors. Where did you put your money, other than in the bank?
We went for 575. Your guess.
575. Okay, brilliant. EcoWorld, how about you?
We've gone for 650.
650. Okay. And Balfabiti, did you go with any of these answers?
Yeah, we followed suit, went 650.
You went for 650. All right. Okay, let's see how our audience have voted. 2 of you guys have gone for 650. It seems an overwhelming 79% have gone for 650, which was C, and the others are quite marginal. But let's have a look at what the correct answer was. How many MPs are there? 220, 575, 650 was the right answer. So 79% have gone with the correct answer. And again, remember, in 1707, if you ever need to know, it started with 558. Brilliant. Next question. Question number 3. Which element is denoted by the chemical symbol SN in the periodic table? Which element is denoted by the chemical symbol SN in the periodic table? Is it A, tin, B, antimony, C, selenium, or D, strontium? Which element is denoted by the chemical symbol SN in the periodic table? Takes me back to my GCSE days. I'm told, if I read out the fact, I'll probably tell you the answer. So I'm probably going to keep the fact to myself. Let's go to our contestants and see what they have to say. Balfour Beatty, where did you vote?
We went for tin.
You said tin. I see.
Yep.
And NK Prestige Motors?
Selenium.
Selenium. That sounds like someone's about to release their latest album. EcoWell, how about you guys? What did you vote for?
We've gone for tin.
They've gone for tin. Right. Let's see how our audiences at home have voted. It seems that 74% have gone for tin, but let's see, 6% selenium. So I mean, you're still in there. You're still in there with a 6% chance. Let's have a look at what the correct answer is, please. I need a drum roll feature. 74% have gone for the correct answer. So apologies for Team Selenium. Tin was the correct answer, was 74%. Moving on to question number 4. Saying the name of what dried fruit used to be I'll repeat. Saying the name of what dried fruit used to be used to encourage people to smile before a photo in the 1800s. Before the phrase cheese? Was it A, prunes, B, dates, C, raisins, or D, apricots? Saying the name of which dried fruit used to be used to encourage people to smile before a photo in the 1800s, before the phrase cheese? Let's have a look at what our contestants had to say. So, EcoWell, I mean, what did you go for? Prunes, dates, raisins, apricots? What did you think it was?
We went for prunes.
You went for prunes. Interesting. Prunes aren't usually there to make people smile, are they? Maybe they are. Balfour Beatty, what about you?
Well, we did a small test, and I asked him to say the different ones. And I think dates is the one where he felt like he's smiling the most. So Went for dates.
Interesting. So the shape of the mouth, you went with dates, eh? Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
we have a remedy to constipation, a making the mouth correct for smiling. NK Prestige Motors. What was your logic behind your answer?
I pressed raise by mistake, so we thought it might be an omen.
Fair enough. Okay, great. So we have. I won't go too much into that, but okay, let's see how our contestants voted at home. So 38% have gone for prunes, 46% for raisins. So your omen might be coming true. Let's have a look at what our correct answer is. I've got a feeling I know this one though. Correct answer is A. 38% went with prunes. Can put a good smile on anyone's face. There you go. There's a tagline for any prune companies that are watching. I'm not going to read the photo. Well, go on, I might as well. The fact that the photographers in British studios apparently advised them to say prunes, which would lead to a tightening of the lips. Apparently, it was bad form to look too jolly or happy in the Victorian era. Etiquette codes of the past demanded that the mouth be carefully controlled. I think that's that should be my tagline as well. Moving on to question 5. What are you afraid of if you suffer from allurophobia? Allurophobia. Sounds like a fear of a certain cream. What are you afraid of if you suffer from allurophobia? Is it A, bats, B, cats, C, rats, or D, gnats? What are you afraid of if you suffer from allurophobia? Is it A, bats, B, cats, C, rats, or D, gnats? Let's go to our contestants and see what they have. Allurophobia. I can't say that I've heard of it before, but EcoWorld, I mean, what did you think this was about?
Cats. So,
Cats. I mean, you don't look too sure, but okay, fair enough. Great. NK Prestige Motors, James and James?
Gnats.
Gnats. Okay, fair enough. And Balfour BT? Bat. Okay, cool. So we've got a nice even spread. Balfour BT seems to be having a lot of fun on this quiz. There's a lot of smiles going around before the answers are given, which is great. And of course, at home, please make sure you are taking part. Jump on the Slido app and join by HF UK is the code to join. Right, let's have a look at how our audience at home has been. I would say giving answers, but I should more mean guessing. A, for bats has gone 17%. B, cats have gone 51%. C, rats with 14%, and gnats coming with 17%. Let's have a look at the right answer. And great, the right answer seems to be B, cats at 51%. Well, fair enough. I mean, allurophobia, a fear of cats. The name comes from the Greek words alluros, which means cat, and phobos, which means fear. Great. So looking at the leaderboard so far, I mean, we had a bit of a dry run yesterday. That was an interesting set of events. Right now, in terms of our leaderboard of our contestants in studio, I'm going to call them. Coming up in first position, we have EcoWorld, which has brilliantly scored 5 out of 5 so far, and with the shortest possible time of only 49 seconds. So congratulations there. We have Balfour Beatty, who've come for 3 out of 5. And NK Prestige with 1 out of 5 right now. But of course, there's plenty of time to make up for that later on. So again, this is it's a very interesting show. I believe we're moving on to our second round now, which is going to be on sports. So question number 1 for our sports round. What is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? What is Usain Bolt's 100 meters world record time rather? So is it 10.32, 5.80, 9.58, or 20.30? What is Usain Bolt's 100 meters world record time? I can tell you this was at the 2009 World Championships in Berlin. Let's have a look at what our contestants had to say on this. NK Prestige Motors, where did you think it was? Or how fast did you think it was?
9.58. I know this one.
9.58. Okay. And Balfour BT?
Yeah, 9.58.
Okay, we have a concurrence there. And EcoWorld?
Well, we're now not as confident. We went for 580.
580, 100 meters in 5 seconds. Fair enough. I mean, he's fast. I can tell you. Well, actually, before I do, let's go to how our audience voted at home. Did they say that the world's fastest man ran it in 5 seconds? So 95% have gone with 9.58. Let's have a look at the right answer. We definitely need a drum roll feature. Have the 95% of our, yep, 95% indeed is the correct answer. Just under 10 seconds was the world record time. He also holds the second fastest time, which was actually 9.63 seconds. The Olympic record set at the 2012 games. I mean, 5 seconds would be pretty fast. I mean, that's like, what, 20 meters a second. I mean, he is fast. I don't think that fast, though. Moving on to question number 2. The LA Lakers and New York Knicks play which sport? This is relatively easy. The LA Lakers and New York Knicks play which sport? Is it A, basketball, B, hockey, C, baseball, or D, football? The LA Lakers and New York Knicks play which sport? Is it A, basketball? Do they play hockey? B, C, baseball, or D, football? The LA Lakers and New York Knicks play which sport? I can tell you the LA Lakers won in respective sport the 17th title in their respective sport in 2020. I can't give any more information. I was going to give it away. It's a pretty easy question. Baseball, hockey, basketball, hockey, baseball, or football. Let's go back to our contestants to see what they had to say. I can see laughs and giggles coming from Balfour BT. Balfour BT, what did you go for?
We went for basketball.
You went for basketball. Great. EcoWorld?
We went for baseball.
Baseball. Right. Okay. And NK Prestige Motors?
Basketball.
Basketball as well. Okay. Let's see how our audience at home voted. I see a whopping majority. Let's go for the right answer. Can we see the right answer, please? A whopping majority have gone for 83% have gone for A, which is basketball. And let's see if that's the right answer. Indeed, it is. Basketball was the right answer. Apologies to EcoWorld. Baseball, indeed, is not the sport played by the LA Lakers or the New York Knicks. Moving on to our next question. Question number 3. This is a household name. Everyone's familiar with this name. Jessica Ennis-Hill is an Olympic champion for Great Britain. But in which sport? Jessica Ennis-Hill is an Olympic champion for Great Britain. In which sport? A, heptathlon, B, skiing, C, pentathlon, or D, swimming? Jessica Ennis-Hill is an Olympic champion for Great Britain in which sport? Heptathlon, skiing, pentathlon, or swimming? And let's have a look at what the contestants. I think we seem to have come to answer that. There is a lot of conferring going on. There is a lot of hard work going on here to work out the answers to these questions. Can we go to EcoWell? What do you think the answer is?
We've sort of been guessing these, not big sports people, so we've gone for swimming.
Swimming, right? Okay, cool. I mean, last round you got 5 out of 5, so your guesses have been pretty good. NK Prestige Motors, where have you? What have you chosen?
Heptathlon.
Heptathlon, right? Balfour BT.
Yeah, we went with heptathlon as well.
Okay, cool. So we have 2 votes for heptathlon and 1 for swimming. Right. Okay, cool. Let's see what our audience at home voted for. I mean, EcoWell would go for swimming, wouldn't you? I mean, the water. You're going strong with the water flex, so that's fair enough. At home, once we get the votes up, that spinning circle of doom seems to be haunting us a bit too much today. But till we get the actual the numbers in, I'm told that she won the gold medal at the 2012 Olympics in London with a score of 6,955 points, 306 more than second place. If we can get the answers up, are we getting the answers in from everyone? So here we go. The correct answer, and I see 72% have gone with the right answer. The right answer? The right answer. That's my Scottish accent coming out. 72% have gone for heptathlon, which indeed is the correct answer. Again, apologies to EcoWorld, but staying true and staying firm with your water roots, which is good to see. Question number 4. In what year did Andy Murray win Wimbledon for the first time? In what year did Andy Murray win Wimbledon for the first time? Is it A, 2009, B, 2013, C, 2015, or D, 2020? Is it A, 2009, B, 2013, C, 2015, or D, 2020? In what year did Andy Murray win Wimbledon for the first time? Let's have a look at our contestants to see what option they have gone for. NK Prestige Motors.
2013, we believe.
2013. And EcoWorld?
We've gone for 2013 as well.
Okay, a second vote for 2013. And Balfour Beatty?
Yeah, we also went for 2013.
Okay, cool. So that's 3 votes for 2013. B, let's have a look at how our contestants have voted at home. In what year did Andy Murray win Wimbledon for the first time? Our contestants at home, I'm told, are not ready yet, which is good. Again, so he's won. I can tell you now, you've already voted. He's won. This might give it away a little bit, or might take one of the options off the table, but he's won 3 Grand Slam single titles, including 2 at Wimbledon, and has reached 11 major finals. We can see now that 79% have gone for B, which is 2013. And can we reveal the right answer, please? Absolutely. 79% are absolutely correct, as are our 3 brilliant teams of contestants. 2013 was the year in which Andy Murray first won Wimbledon. Last question of the round. Who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? Who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? Is it A, Thierry Henry, B, Peter Schmeichel, C, Wayne Rooney, or D, Alan Shearer? Who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? Is it A, Thierry Henry, B, Peter Schmeichel, C, Wayne Rooney, or D, Alan Shearer? And I can tell you that this individual has scored a whopping 260 goals. Let's go to our contestants. So who do you think, Balfour Beatty, who do you think scored 260 goals in the Premier League?
We kind of guessed for Alan Shearer. We figured it was
Alan
Michael,
Shearer.
but- yeah.
Okay, Alan Shearer. And EcoWorld, how about you guys?
We've gone for Alan Shearer as well.
Alan Shearer. And NK Prestige Motors?
Flaus, Alan Shearer.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's see how our contestants at home have voted. And we can see the whopping majority there have gone, 88% have gone for Alan Sugar? God, he probably didn't. Alan Shearer, rather. So let's have a look at the right answer. Was Alan Shearer the correct answer? Indeed it was. Lit up green there for everyone to see. 88% have gone for Alan Shearer, as have our 3 contestants, teams of contestants. So again, congratulations to everybody there. Looking at our leaderboard, now we've done 10 questions. We're about a quarter of our way through. And we're seeing that Balfour Beatty has actually risen to the top, the phoenix of the competition. 8 out of 10. Again, rocking up a 4-minute, 29-second time, but 8 out of 10 questions correctly. EcoWorld, 7 out of 10, coming just behind. And NK Prestige coming up at 6 out of 10. But indeed, they're closing the gap quickly, again, with the quickest time elapsed for their answers. Maybe that will be quite important later on. Of course, this is an interactive quiz. We want people to take part. Go on the Slido app. Jump on the code to join in is HFUK. But I would say even more importantly than that, of course, it's all fun and games, but really the difference that we're making at home is so, so important. Around the world, we're raising money for people that are less fortunate than us, that have less access to things that we take for granted. We throw the tap on and cold water gushes out. That's not always the case. Access to medical services, access to clean water, access to the very basic things in life aren't the basic things in life for other people. So please dig deep, make sure you donate. Of course, the 3 fantastic donor teams already that you're watching today, they're doing everything they can, but we really want everyone to do as much as they can do as well. Go onto our donate link, which should be up on the screen, hfuk.org/donate. And really, I mean, when donating, don't just think about, oh, £5 is a good amount or £10 is a good amount. Think about, if it was you and your family, how much money would you give to ensure that your son or your daughter or your mother or your father had clean drinking water? That every time they took a sip of water, they weren't worried about the life-threatening diseases that came with that drip of water. So really think about that and then dig deep and donate. It's not every day that you get to donate to these causes, so please do understand that this money is going directly to these people. This money is going to them to help people and to make a change in their lives. So hfuk.org/donate. Let's move on to our next. Brilliant. Let's go on to our next round. Just before we do, though, we're going to be speaking to NK Prestige Motors. James and James, I mean, 2 of the most finely named gentlemen, definitely at least on this call. James and James, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? What are you contributing today? And what are you donating? And tell us a little bit about what kind of things you get up to.
Yeah, so NK Prestige we're a high clientele sports and performance car dealership in Huddersfield. So we buy and sell cars around the world, from everything from Mercedes all the way up to supercars. We've been sponsoring Humanity First for quite a while now, such as raising £5,000 for our Land's End Challenge, raising money for a couple of the team that walked all the way from here at NK all the way to Blackpool. They raised loads of money, and we're also sponsoring this with £500 towards Humanity First. For this live stream, and we'll keep supporting Humanity First with all the events and money raising that we do. We're a 13-strong team, and as I say, high-end clientele for dealerships and stuff around the world.
Brilliant. A fantastic business, again, very ethically driven as well there. I mean, giving £500 just for this, a brilliant initiative, and I think you've been doing some crazy, brilliant work over the past couple of years, and we really look forward to working with you in the future. We're actually, of course, we're speaking about the money that we're raising, particularly for the Ivory Coast Hospital. I mean, there's lots of other things. We talk about the need for clean drinking water and medical supplies and other things as well later on in the show. But one of the key kind of flagship products that we are talking about today is the Ivory Coast Hospital. Let's have a look again at this fantastic endeavor.
The need is for maternal and pediatric care, but also because it's next to the main auto route. So Abidjan is on the south coast, and there's an auto route that snakes up to Yamoussoukro and heads north to Bouaké and Kofikro. And when we first looked at this site, this was on the outskirts of the city, but even in the time that we've been doing the planning and design, other towns have now come up on the route adjacent to it. And so there's a big population that we could be serving, many of them who are totally underserved. And even for maternal and pediatric care, he was citing the example of the Guatemala hospital, where the quality of not just the facilities, but the quality of the services and care is going to be central, because that will attract not just the local population. We are next to a main highway, so we're well connected, but also private patients and other patients from that region. However, for the lower income parts of the population, such as the Abobo slum, then there are probably 3 or 4 million people who can't afford proper healthcare. And how does that manifest itself? Women not surviving maternity, children, those are the people that are most affected. So there was a clear need, and the location, we needed a compromise of a location that wasn't too far from those populations that we need to serve, but also where we could also subsidize their care by providing private treatment as well. If you put it right in the slum, that wouldn't have worked.
So again, a very worthwhile cause. Then we can kind of see the amount of effort that's going in. Of course, that's just a small glimpse of the efforts that's going in. It's just one of the many, many, many projects that Humanity First has been doing and has been carrying out and has been championing. Of course, we can only continue to do that work with your donation. All of us here are trying our best to make those kind of things happen, to make changes in people's lives. But again, it's down to every individual who watches this or people that you tell about HFUK. The Slido quiz, of course, is great fun, good to get involved. But the real magic is going to happen during the show and after the show when people dig deep and actually make those donations. So again, the Ivory Coast Hospital, a very worthwhile cause to be donating to. Balfour Beatty, I mean, we've spoken to NK Prestige Motors. Balfour Beatty, could you tell us a little bit about what you do and the importance that you have towards the sacrifice that are being made and also the donation that you've been making today as well?
Yeah, hi. So Balfour Beatty, a massive international construction company. We work for a very small part of it down in South Wales, working on the railway. Sal recently has been doing some great work pushing the Humanity First cause with us, and has delivered a quiz himself for our region, which has helped to raise some funds which we're pledging to this cause. So yeah, thank you very much.
We're £750 for this cause.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Hearing that you've done a quiz, I hear you're gunning for my job now, so I'll be cutting the quiz short at the end of this. But no, that's a fantastic thing. £750 for this very worthwhile cause again, and it's great to see Humanity First work going on within, of course, the central initiatives like this, but also around the UK, indeed around the world as well. People raising awareness of this phenomenal charity that's going out and making a difference in people's lives. So that's Balfour Beatty again. Fantastic work being done by you guys as well. Moving on to our next round of the quiz, and you guys might be wondering why we haven't spoken to EcoWorld yet. I mean, we're going to be speaking to EcoWorld a little bit later on. We're leaving you on the tenterhooks to know what EcoWorld are talking about. I mean, I've given you a hint already about having a link and an affiliation to water, and we'll be having a little bit of a look later on as to what they are talking about as well. Moving on to our next round, historical events. Question number 1. In which year, water theme carrying on. In which year did the Titanic sink? Perhaps not a most positive one, but nevertheless. In which year did the Titanic sink? Was it A, 1892, B, 1912, C, 1923, or D, 1956? In which year did the Titanic sink? 1892, 1912, 1923, or 1956? Let's go to our contestants to see how they have voted. NK Prestige Motors, in which year did the Titanic sink?
It sunk in 1912.
1912. That's a very confident answer there. EcoWorld, do you concur?
1912, yeah.
1912. That's the nod of people that absolutely know the answer to this question. And Balfour Beatty, what did you go for?
We went for 1912 as well, yeah.
1912. That's 3 answers for 1912. Can we go and hear from the contestants from at home, the participants at home, and see what they've been saying? And just to give you a quick stat before that, it dove beneath the ocean's surface at about 2:20 a.m. on April the 15th, and then the answer. After receiving the Titanic's distress call at midnight, rounded up all of the lifeboats. There's one gentleman rounded up all the lifeboats, and they contained only 705 survivors. So again, a very a horrific event there. But let's have a look at what people have given as the answer to the question, and we can see that 97% have gone for B, which is 1912. And can we see if that's the right answer, please? So 1892, 1912, 1923, 1956, and 97% of people have gone for 1912, which is the right answer. The Titanic sunk in 1912. Question number 2. What did Romans call Scotland? What did Romans call Scotland? And we're not talking about the estate agency. We're talking about the Romans from Rome. What did Romans call Scotland? Was it A, Caledonia, B, Scotland, C, Highland, or D, Northern England? What did Romans call Scotland? Caledonia, Scotland, Highland, or Northern England? It's an interesting one. Let's see what our contestants had to say. What contestants had to say. Balfour Beatty, Caledonia, Scotland, Highland, or Northern England?
We went for Caledonia. Pure guess.
Caledonia. EcoWorld?
Yeah, we've also gone for Caledonia.
Caledonia. And NK Prestige Motors?
Full house, Caledonia it is.
Full house. There we go. Just before we go and see what our participants at home had to say, I'll give you a bit of a stat. In Roman times, there was no such country as Scotland. Back then, was made up of groups of people or tribes. Some tribes were happy to get on peacefully with the Romans. Others fought back. Let's have a look at what the participants at home, how they voted. 84% have gone for Caledonia. 0% from the Northern England. That makes sense. So let's see if our 84% of our participants got the answer correct. I'm actually genuinely interested. Indeed, they did. 84% and a full house of our contestants. The answer indeed was Caledonia. The Romans called Scotland Caledonia. Question number 3. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? That's an interesting one. In which English king died in 1060? I'm trying to think if that advert on the TV is rated to this date or not. I think it is. The phone number, or you all know what I'm talking about. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Was it Harold I, John, Henry V, or Edward the Confessor? Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Balfour Beatty, what do you think the answer is?
Well, we don't know.
We've gone for Harold the First.
What did you go
for?
Harold the First. Okay, great. NK Prestige Motors, do you think Harold the First died in 1066?
Well, we're now doubting ourselves. I actually think it's Edward the Confessor.
Edward the Confessor, okay. And EcoWell?
Yeah, we went for Henry V. These two overrid my answer, Edward the Confessor.
So what's the answer that you've gone with?
Henry V.
Henry V. So we have one vote for Harold I, one for Henry V, and one for Edward the Confessor. Let's have a look at what our participants at home voted with. 58% have gone with Edward the Confessor, and 31%, respectively, have gone with Harold I. Can we see what the right answer is, please? 58%. Edward the Confessor was indeed the right answer. So congratulations to NK Prestige Motors for giving, yet again, the right answer. Question number 4. Who became the first mayor of London in the year 2000? Was it A, Boris Johnson, B, Ken Livingstone, C, Tony Blair, or D, Stephen Norris? Who became the first mayor of London in the year 2000? Was it A, Boris Johnson, B, Ken Livingstone, C, Tony Blair, or D, Stephen Norris? We've just got about 15 seconds now left to answer the question, and I'm going to be going towards our contestants to see where they have placed their vote. Boris Johnson, Ken Livingstone, Tony Blair, Stephen Norris. EcoWell, who became the first mayor of London in the year 2000?
We believe it might have been Ken Livingstone.
Ken Livingstone. NK Prestige Motors?
Ken Livingstone.
Ken Livingstone. And Balfour Beatty, do you concur with the other two answers? But I'm sure that you had the answer before the other two as well.
Yeah, Ken Livingstone. We've gone for him as well.
Ken Livingstone. So a full house there. 3 votes for Ken Livingstone. And are we ready to see what the participants at home had to say? We can see who became the first mayor of London. 83% have gone for Ken Livingstone. Let's have a look if that's the correct answer. Absolutely. 83% have voted for Ken Livingstone. Again, all our contestants here in the studio as well have voted for Ken Livingstone, which is indeed the right answer. Coming up to the last question of this round. In 1998, students Larry Page and Sergey Brin created which of the following? In 1998, my eyesight's failing me. They didn't obviously create the glasses then. In 1998, students Larry Page and Sergey Brin created which of the following? Was it A, the iMac, B, MP3 player, C, Google, or D, Furbies? That's an interesting fourth choice, but nevertheless it's there. I know who made this question. In 1998, students Larry Page and Sergey Brin created which of the following? Was it A, the iMac, B, the MP3 player, C, Google, or D, Furbies? Let's go to our contestants to see what they think. NK Prestige Motors. What did Larry Page and Sergey Brin create?
They created Google.
Google. EcoWorld.
He did indeed create Google, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, that's confident. Balfour Beatty.
I think we should have used Google.
You probably should have used Google for this one. Yeah,
What did you go for?
We went for Furbies.
You went for Furbies. You thought we were going to ask you a question about who created Furbies. Okay, cool. Brilliant. Let's go to our participants at home and see what how they voted. 72% did not go for Furbies. They went for Google. So let's see if 72% of our population, or the population of our question board anyway, if they got the answer correct. Indeed, they did. 72% correctly answered C, Google. In 1998, students Larry Page and Sergey Brin created Google. So commiserations there to Balfour Beatty. But again, let's see where the standings hold us. In first position, EcoWorld has crept up to the top now with 11 out of 15 answers. And again, I did say look at the time difference, because the Balfour Beatty also has 11 out of 15 answers correctly, but they are more than 3 minutes behind EcoWorld in terms of the time elapsed having answered. And NK Prestige coming in third position right now with 10 out of 15, but the elapsed time is the shortest of them all. So actually, if NK Prestige answered one question more correctly, or correctly more than the others, they would be at the top right now in terms of the time elapsed. Let's move on to our next round, which is on entertainment, as if you needed it more when I'm the one presenting. Of course you're entertained. Question number 1. In which year was the first book of the popular series His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman published? There's a lot of P's. In which year was the first book of the popular series His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman published? Is it A, 1995, B, 1997, C, 2001, or D, 2008? In which year was the first book of the popular series His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman published? Let's have a look at what our contestants had to say. EcoWorld, which year was it first published?
1997, we think.
1997. Balfour Beatty?
We were on the cusp between 97 and 2001, but pumped for 2001.
And now regretting it.
Yeah, now regretting it.
So you've gone for 2001.
Yeah.
Okay. And NK Prestige Motors, James and James, where have you gone?
We guessed 1997. No idea.
1990. So that's 2 votes for 1997 and 1 vote for 2001. Let's have a look at what our participants at home thought. Ooh, we can see the confusion at home as well. We're tied for first position. 38% have said 1995. 38% have also gone for 1997. And then 18% for 2001 and 6% for 2008. Let's reveal the right answer, please. I can tell you 38% have gone for the right answer. And the right answer being A, 1995. So commiserations to all the team contestants there. I don't think anyone got the answer right there. But let's carry on. And hopefully we can make up in the coming questions. Question number 2. Which African country served as the setting for... producers, you've got to tell me how to pronounce this word. Tatooine? Right, okay, I went for that. Which African country served as the setting for Tatooine in Star Wars? Was it A, Ethiopia, B, Tunisia, C, Gabon, or D, Ghana? I mean, the sound of exasperation from my producer's voice as he had to explain to me what Tatooine was. Only I can tell you. Tatooine in Star Wars. Which country was placed as the set for Star Wars? Was it Ethiopia, Tunisia, Gabon, or Ghana? NK Prestige Motors, where did you go?
We went Tunisia.
Tunisia. EcoWorld, how about you guys?
We went for Ghana. Complete guess.
Ghana. And Balfour Beatty?
We went for Tunisia as well.
You went for Tunisia as well. So 2 votes for Tunisia and 1 for Ghana. If we can go to our participants and see how they voted at home, which African country served as the setting for Tatooine in Star Wars? I can see that 69% have gone for Tunisia. And if we can reveal what the correct answer is, please. 69% again have gone for the right answer, as have 2 of our contestants at home. Tunisia was the African country which served as the setting for Tatooine in Star Wars. Question number 3. Oh, wow. And then we have an image as well. There you go. Aren't you guys lucky? Question number 3. In 2004, which popular TV series came to an end? So sad. In 2004, which popular TV series came to an end? Was it A, Friends, B, The Wire, C, Lost, or D, The West Wing? In 2004, which popular TV series came to an end? Was it A, Friends, B, The Wire, C, Lost, or D, The West Wing? And if we head over now to our contestants, we can see how they voted. NK Prestige Motors.
James says it's Friends. I've got nothing to do with this one.
Friends, right. EcoWell, where do you think it was? Which one do you think it was, rather?
We said it was Friends as well.
You said it was Friends as well. And Balfour Beatty?
Yeah, we went for Friends as well.
I can see the nodding there, saying so confident there. 3 votes for Friends. And I can see. Well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, in which Friends wasn't another episode that came out recently? They released an episode recently, but then again, The Wire, Lost, The West Wing. I mean, they're all popular options. Let's see what our participants have been saying at home. And again, 94% have gone with Friends, as of all 3 of our contestants. And if we can reveal what the correct answer is, absolutely smashed it. 94% have gone for the correct answer, which is Friends. 2004, which popular TV series came to an end? The answer was Friends. Coming to the penultimate question of this round, which of the following celebrities has not won Celebrity MasterChef? Which of the following celebrities has not won Celebrity MasterChef? Is it A, Sophie Thompson, B, Matt Dawson, C, Jimmy Osmond, or D, Angelica Bell? Which of the following celebrities has not won Celebrity MasterChef? Was it A, Sophie Thompson, B, Matt Dawson, C, Jimmy Osmond, or D, Angelica Bell? Let's head to our contestants. Balfour Beatty, who did you think it was?
Jimmy Osmond.
Jimmy Osmond.
Yes.
EcoWell?
Jimmy Osmond as well.
Jimmy Osmond. Okay, cool. I can see that last minute decision there. Great, okay. NK Prestige Motors, what do you guys think?
We don't know what Celebrity MasterChef is.
Complete guess. So, Angelica.
While you're fixing the car, we all know what's on in the background. MasterChef is obviously featuring very loudly and proudly. Great. Let's see what the we're going to go to the participants at home and see what they had to say. So we've gone for. So what NK Prestige Motor? What did you say you went for?
Angelica Bell.
Angelica Bell. Right. Okay. Cool. Let's have a look at our participants at home and see what they went for. Ooh, it's quite divided. We can see 38% have gone for Matt Dawson. 34%, our second most popular answer, had the correct answer, which was, of course, Jimmy Osmond, having not won a Celebrity MasterChef yet. He may have narrowly avoided winning Celebrity MasterChef to Alexis Conran, but he's definitely took home the hearts of the viewers of the show with his great personality and positive attitude. I mean, who wrote this fact? Jimmy Osmond PR company, but great, lovely guy anyway. Last question of the round. What is the name of Batman's butler? So from Jimmy Osmond, we've now gone to Batman's butler. What is the name of Batman's butler? How many times can I say Batman's butler? A, Charles, B, Bernard, or Bernard, however you want to pronounce it, C, Albert, or D, Alfred? What is the name of Batman's butler? Charles, Bernard, Albert, or Alfred? You've got 20 seconds to choose your favorite first English name. I'm being told to say something about Batman. When in 20 seconds, what man can say something succinct and intelligent about Batman? In the night, he fights for good. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm told he's better than Superman. I don't know. I might agree with that. I mean, I would like laser eyes, but I mean, like, cool throwing things are nice as well. What is the name of Batman's butler? Let's go to our contestants and see what they had to say. EcoWorld, what's Batman's butler's name?
We've gone for Alfred, the only possible one it could be.
You've gone for Alfred. I like the hand gestures there as well. Very, very Batman butler-like. Balfour Beatty, what did you go for?
Yeah, we went Alfred too.
Oh, you went Alfred too. And NK Prestige Motors, is Batman something that's often playing in the garage?
It's Full House. Alfred.
Brilliant. Alfred. Let's have a look at what the contestants and participants at home had to say. And 86% have gone with Alfred, which is, I'm told, the right answer. So congratulations to everyone who said Alfred. And for those who were obviously wondering, and of course many of you would be, his full name is Alfred Pennyworth. Looking at the leaderboard, we're halfway through now. Balfour Beatty has come up to the top now. 15 out of 20 questions answered correctly. EcoWorld, 14 out of 20 in second position. And NK Prestige, 13 out of 20. So Balfour Beatty just pulling ahead there, creating somewhat of a lead. But indeed, something that I'm sure the other teams can easily catch up on. We're here and we're talking a lot about Batman's butler. We're talking about a lot of other things, and it's fun and interactive and engaging. But of course, let's all remember the real reason we're here is to try to create some magic in people's lives, try to create the awareness and the availability of those basic necessities that we take for granted that other people around the world sometimes are not that cannot afford them, or they're not afforded to them in their lives. And we want to try and make that difference, be that fresh running water, be that access to medical healthcare. And that's what we're trying to raise money for today. So please go online, hfuk.org/donate to make a donation. And just to help you along and tell you how you can donate, we're going to watch a small video.
You can donate in 1 minute. Click Donate Now in the top right-hand corner. You can choose to donate one-off or monthly. You can select or enter an amount. If you've donated before, you can sign in to fill in your details automatically. Select Gift Aid to give an extra 25% at no cost to you. Enter your name, email, and address. If you're happy to hear from us, check the box and click Submit Donation. Enter a password to save your details and click Donate. Donate now at hfuk.org.
Again, so how to donate, jump online, hfuk.org/donate. It's a quick process and literally you can help change lives. Now, we launched our first food bank in Murfield, Yorkshire in July last year. And today we have something phenomenal to announce as well. We are launching our brand new Warsaw food bank. And here's going to tell you a little bit about this brand new initiative and how you can get involved. So the new Warsaw Food Bank, of course, a food bank operates. Many people now know over, of course, the period of lockdown and the pandemic, how a food bank will work. You can now, the food bank in Warsaw is actually taking donations now. You can donate on our website. You can also donate food as well. And you can also drop off food at the food bank in order to stock the shelves. The address is available on our food bank website, which is Food Banks, so HF Food Banks, HFOODBANKS.org, or you can even use online shopping. So if you jump on, so again, our website, HF Food Banks, HF for Humanity First, foodbanks.org, or you can jump on online shopping. So go onto your favorite shopping online system, whatever you call it. That's a weird way of describing it, isn't it? So as the Tesco, whatever it is you go on to, go on there, and on online shopping, put in the address of the food bank. And if you deliver it within the hours of opening, the staff at the food bank will collect the food and they'll stock the shelves with that supply. Again, the food bank is open from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So you have this 4-hour window in which you can ask for your deliveries to be dropped off, or if you wish to drop off your own food supplies, you can do so in the window of 10 a.m. or between the window of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And of course, hf.org/donate. Make sure you keep on donating. We're raising funds, particularly for the Ivory Coast Hospital. hfuk.org/donate is the website you need to go on to make sure you give in your donations. And of course, make your donations and drop off your food supplies and goods to the new Warsaw Food Bank, as well as the food bank already up and running in Murfield as well. Moving on to our next round, which aptly is food. Question number 1. Which nut is used to make marzipan? Which nut is used to make marzipan? Is it A, the walnut, B, hazelnut, C, Brazil nut, or D, almond? And if you're weird and pronounce it almond, you can keep your comments to yourself. Which nut is used to make marzipan? Is it A, walnut, B, hazelnut, C, Brazil nut, or D, almond? Let's look at our contestants and see what they had to say. Balfour Beatty, which nut is used to make marzipan?
We went for almond.
Wow. I mean, can I take marks away for pronunciation? EcoWorld, what did you guys go for?
We've gone for almond.
Right, I'll give you a point just for the pronunciation. And NK Prestige Motors, what about you?
Almond.
There we go. See, Balfour Beatty, almond? Okay, I won't pass judgment on that. So it looks like everyone's gone for almond, and also differing on the actual pronunciation, but there we go. What can we do? I'm told it's definitely almond. I mean, I could just take this AirPod out, but I won't. So almond is the answer that everyone's gone for. Let's have a look at what our participants at home have gone for. Indeed, 88% have agreed with me in almond pronunciation. No, but 88% have gone for the answer of almond or almond, however you want to pronounce it. And I can tell you that is indeed the correct answer. Moving on to our next question, question number 2. Beetles can be used to make which food coloring? I mean, who's making, okay, all right. Beetles can be used to make which food coloring? I need to be careful before I go to some of these producers' houses for food. Beetles can be used to make which food coloring? Is it A, red, B, yellow, C, black, or D, green? I know which color that would make me if I had food with beetles in, but beetles can be used to make which food coloring? Is it A, red, B, yellow, C, black, or D, green? And I will go to our contestants to see how they have voted. I think we had a slight technical difficulty there. But beetles can be used to make which food coloring? Red, yellow, black, or green? Balfour Beatty, which color did you go for?
We went for green.
Green.
Just a guess.
Okay. EcoWorld?
We went for red.
Red. And NK Prestige Motors?
Oh,
went for black to be different.
There we go. Green, black, and red. Excellent. Participants, let's have a look at what people said at home. 87% have gone for red, with 4% for black and 4% for green. Let's reveal the right answer. 87% have gone for red, which indeed is the right answer. Carmine, also known as carminic acid, is a common red food dye that can be found in Skittles. What? Raspberry and strawberry flavored junk food. It is made from the crushed carcasses of a beetle known as the, I'm not going to try to pronounce what the beetle's name is, but crushed carcasses. Crushed carcasses was enough for me. Right, okay. Wow. I mean, I've got a box next to me, but fair enough. So red was the right answer for there. Question number 3. Which of these condiments was once believed to have medicinal qualities that could cure diarrhea and other ailments? I mean, the better question would have been, how do you spell diarrhea? That would have been a fun question to answer without seeing it on screen. Is it A, brown sauce? Did you have to do that with diarrhea? B, mayonnaise? C, ketchup? Or D, mustard? Which of these condiments was once believed to have medicinal qualities that could cure diarrhea and other ailments? Brown sauce, mayonnaise, ketchup, or mustard? Let's go to our contestants. There's some heavy conferring going on. I mean, it's very, very, very heated. Especially, I'm looking at EcoWorld every time. Wow. EcoWorld, let's go for you guys. What did you think the answer was?
We think it's ketchup.
You think it's ketchup? Alpha BT, you think it's ketchup?
No, we think it's mustard, but we're not really confident.
Okay, cool. Mustard. And NK Prestige Motors. What do you think it is?
We've gone ketchup.
Ketchup. Always the safe way to go. Cool. Let's have a look at what our participants at home had to say. 46% have gone for mustard, 38% for ketchup. And what can we reveal the right answer? I mean, to be honest, I probably would have gone for mustard myself. But indeed, 38% have gone for ketchup, which is the right answer. Great. I mean, I can't believe why they would think it has medicinal purposes. It's a long fact, but you guys can look it up afterwards. Question number 4. People under the Aztec rule could use which of the following to pay their taxes? If only this was an option today. People under the Aztec rule could use which of the following to pay their taxes? A, chocolate. B, saffron. C, sesame seeds. Or D, coffee? People under the Aztec rule could use which of the following to pay their taxes? Is it A, chocolate, B, saffron, C, sesame seeds, or D, coffee? Let's have a speak to our contestants and see what they said. Balfour BT, chocolate, saffron, sesame seeds, or coffee? I mean, it sounds like a lovely night in, but what was used under Aztec rule to pay their taxes?
We went sesame seeds.
Sesame Street. No, Sesame Street? Sesame Seeds, rather. Gosh. NK Prestige Motors, what about you?
Well, we went coffee because we think South coffee.
That's a logical answer. EcoWorld, how about you guys? Coffee, Sesame Streets? Sesame Streets? Gosh, let's move on to the next question as soon as possible. Sesame seeds, coffee, saffron, or chocolate?
We went for chocolate.
Chocolate. Let's have a look at what the participants had to say. I'm told that we now should have the rulings. Gosh, that's not what participants do. The options given in by the participants. And again, we see we're quite strong between a couple of options. 36% have gone for chocolate. 32% have gone for saffron. 9% have sided with Balfour BT with sesame seeds. And 23% with NK Prestige Motors for coffee. And I can tell you the correct answer indeed, well done EcoWorld, was chocolate. 36% have gone for the right answer there. The last question of the round, what colour are carrots said to have been originally? Well, I didn't realise this was like an original one question. What colour are carrots said to have been originally? Green, red, brown, or purple? What? I mean, any of the answers to these questions are going to blow my mind. The producer is saying something, but my mind is so blown that I can't hear what he's saying. What colour are carrots said to have been originally? Green, red, brown, or purple? I mean, what instigated this change? Were they uncomfortable in the color of their exterior? What color are carrots said to have been originally? Green, red, brown, or purple? Let's have a look. Let's have a listen to our contestants, see what they had to say. Balfour Beatty, green, red, brown, or purple?
We think it's purple because
Purple. Okay.
because the heritage
So, sorry, go on.
carrots.
Yeah, I was about to hear a logical reason why.
Actually, no. You don't want to hear our logical reason.
Okay, cool. EcoWorld, what do you guys think? Green, red, brown, or purple?
We went for purple.
Purple again. 2 votes for purple. And James and James, what do you think?
We incorrectly went red.
You incorrectly went red, right? So, okay. But if you knew it was incorrect, then perhaps we could have gone for another option. Cool. Okay, so 1 vote for red and 2 for purple. Let's go to the participants and see what they had to say. So a whopping 80% have gone for purple. I'm going to read the stat out as well. Let's see whether that's the correct answer or not first. 80% work indeed are correct. According to the National Carrot Museum, okay, according to the if you guys are part of the Carrot Museum, I mean that's photoshopped. It has to be, right? According to the National Carrot Museum in the UK, I doubt that exists. These vegetables were originally purple or white with a thin root. Orange carrots we know and eat today are actually a result of a genetic mutation in the late 16th century that won out over the original color. So we are eating mutants. There we go. Let's look at we're going to go to the Ivory Coast video and have a little bit of a look there. When we come back from there, we're going to be having a look at the leaderboard and seeing what's going on and how our 3 teams are doing in terms of their leaderboard. Let's have a look at the Ivory Coast.
The need is for maternal and pediatric care, but also because it's next to the main auto route. So Abidjan is on the south coast, and there's an auto route that snakes up to Yamoussoukro and heads north to Bouaké and Kofikro. And when we first looked at this site, this was on the outskirts of the city, but even in the time that we've been doing the planning and design, other towns have now come up on the route adjacent to it. And so there's a big population that we could be serving, many of them who are totally underserved. And even for maternal and pediatric care, he was citing the example of the Guatemala hospital, where the quality of not just the facilities, but the quality of the services and care is going to be central, because that will attract not just the local population. We are next to a main highway, so we're well connected, but also private patients and other patients from that region. However, for the lower income parts of the population, such as the Abobo slum, then there are probably 3 or 4 million people who can't afford proper healthcare. And how does that manifest itself? Women not surviving maternity, children, those are the people that are most affected. So there was a clear need, and the location, we needed a compromise of a location that wasn't too far from those populations that we need to serve, but also
how do you pronounce
where we could
celibacy?
also subsidize their care by providing private treatment as well. If you put it right in the slum, that wouldn't have worked.
So again, a very important video for us to understand exactly what kind of work is going on in the Ivory Coast. And again, it's a repeated reminder because of the fact we do need to be reminded. Often in our day-to-day lives, we spend time with our family. We enjoy going out, going to restaurants. And often we go out and we can spend hundreds of pounds on a meal or thousands of pounds on the latest tech gadget. And often we don't understand how small donations can make such a huge difference to people's lives. And often it's the small things that can really make literally magic in someone's life. The saving of a life, the betterment of someone's experience, the water that they're drinking, the food that they're eating, the bed they're sleeping on, the place that they get education, indeed the access to medical facilities, which we walk in and take advantage of on a daily basis, where people around the world simply don't have those same luxuries. So again, a brilliant look there as to what's going on and how we can get involved and how we can help. Moving on to our leaderboard now, we're going to have a look at how people have been doing. Our three brilliant teams, we can tell 25 questions out of 40 so far, and I can see that EcoWorld has maintained their position, 19 out of 25, brilliant so far, only 6 questions wrong. Balfour Beatty, a couple of questions behind at 16 out of 25, and NK Prestige very much hot on the tails of Balfour Beatty with 15 out of 25 questions answered correctly. Now we're going to go on to our participants around the UK and around the world who are participating and see how they're doing. And here are the top 5 positions. At number 1, we have Hania Sajid with 24 out of 25 questions. Brilliant. Of course, her brother, I'm guessing, Shajil Sajid, has the exact same questions. I'm guessing conferring going on there. Shafi, 23 out of 25. Fantastic effort there. Yahya, 23 out of 25. And Haz, 20 out of 25. Has 20 out of 25. Brilliant. So great work there. Keep it up. Only a couple of questions left now, a couple of rounds left. So all the time still to make up for any lost ground. But again, we're moving towards the end of the program now in the next half an hour or so. Moving on to our next round, we are doing Around the World. Here we have, what is the only sea on Earth to have no coastline? That's our first question. What is the only sea on Earth to have no coastline? Is it A, Saliba Sea, B, the Red Sea, C, Sargasso Sea, or D, the Mediterranean Sea? So is it A, Saliba Sea, B, Red Sea, C, Sargasso Sea, or D, Mediterranean Sea? That's a lot of seas in one word. What is the only sea on Earth to have no coastline? And we should be getting our answers from our contestants very soon. Let's have a word with them. Let's see how they've been voting. NK Prestige Motors, where have you put your vote?
At the Sargasso Sea.
Is that Sargasso Sea, you said?
Yes.
Sargasso Sea. So C, Sargasso Sea. Okay, good. EcoWorld, how about you guys?
Yeah, we went for Sargasso Sea as well.
Sargasso Sea. Balfour Beatty, how about you guys?
We couldn't vote in time.
I can imagine you're going to mix it up. What did you guys
go for?
We timed out. We were trying to go for the top one, though, the Saliba Sea.
Okay, so you went with A.
We tried. We failed.
Let's see which C was the right answer, and if it was C or another letter. Let's go to our participants and see what they said. Oh, I want to stop saying C now. Sargasso Sea, 76%. Let's see if that was the right answer. Drum roll. So we can see that Mediterranean Sea got no votes, neither the Red Sea, and indeed 76% have gone for Sargasso Sea, which was the correct answer. So moving on to our next question. Which African nation has the most pyramids? Which African nation has the most pyramids? Is it A, Egypt, B, Sudan, C, Libya, or D, Algeria? Which African nation has the most pyramids? Is it Egypt, Sudan, Libya, or Algeria? I can tell you that this country is home to over 200 pyramids. But which African nation is it? Is it Egypt, Sudan, Libya, or Algeria? Let's go to our contestants. NK Prestige Motors, Egypt, Sudan, Libya, or Algeria?
According to my Sudanese guy I used to work for, he had the most in Sudan.
His own personal ones, I'm sure. EcoWorld, what about you guys? What do you think it was? Egypt, Sudan, Libya, or Algeria?
We went for Sudan.
Sudan. And Balfour Beatty?
We went for Egypt.
Egypt, okay, cool. Egypt, probably the obvious answer there. Let's see if the two other participants went for Sudan, if they were right or not. Let's have a look at our participants. So 23% went with Egypt, 77% have gone with Sudan. Let's see if what the right answer is. Sudan. 77% went with the correct answer. Commiserations to Balfour Beatty. Sudan is the African nation that has the most pyramids. In fact, over 200, more than twice that of Egypt. Question number 3. What is the only major city to be located in 2 continents? A. Istanbul. B. London. C. Rome. Or D. Athens. What is the only major city to be located in 2 continents? Is it A. Istanbul, B. London, C. Rome, or D. Athens? Let's give a couple of seconds, and then we'll jump over to our contestants to see how they've answered. Our participants have answered already, so let's have a look at our contestants. Let's see. EcoWorld, what did you go for?
We went for Istanbul.
Istanbul. NK Prestige Motors?
In
Istanbul.
as well.
Istanbul. And Balfour Beatty?
Yeah, Istanbul.
Right, so three of options for Istanbul there. Great. So let's go to our participants to see what they thought of the answer as well. And we can see that 100% have gone for Istanbul as the right answer. Let's see if they've got the right answer or not. And we can see that 100% of people, well done, have gone for Istanbul as the right answer. It's the only major city located on 2 continents, Europe and Asia. During its more than 2,000-year history, it's been the capital of the Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires. Question number 4. Nairobi is the capital of which country? Is it A, Nicaragua, B, Malta, C, Nigeria, or D, Kenya? Nairobi is the capital of which country? A, Nicaragua, B, Malta, C, Nigeria, or D, Kenya? We'll give them a couple of seconds, then we'll jump over to our contestants to see how they voted. So Nicaragua, Malta, Nigeria, or Kenya? Balfour Beatty, where did you go for?
Kenya.
Kenya. EcoWorld?
Yeah, we went for Kenya as well.
Kenya as well. And James and James?
Klaus.
Kenya.
Kenya.
Kenya. Right. Let's have a look at what our participants had to say. So we have Nicaragua, Malta, Nigeria, or Kenya, A, B, C, or D. Nairobi is the capital of which country? Nicaragua, Malta, Nigeria, or Kenya? Let's have a look at what our participants were saying and how they voted. And we can see 91% have gone for Kenya. Let's see if that's the right answer. Indeed, 91%, and all of our participants have gone for the right answer, which is Kenya, which is excellent. The last question for this round: which US state has the most active volcanoes? Which US state has the most active volcanoes? Is it A, Hawaii, B, California, C, Alaska, or D, Washington? Which US state has the most active volcanoes? Hawaii, California, Alaska, or Washington? And we have 15 seconds or so to everyone get their answers. And of course, make sure you're online. I mean, if you're not already online, where have you been for the past hour and a half? But jump on Slido.com or get the Slido app, and the code to join is HFUK. So take part in the quiz, get involved, and of course, please make sure you're donating at hfuk.org/donate. Let's speak to our contestants. Balfour Beatty, which US state has the most active volcanoes?
We went for Alaska.
Alaska. NK Prestige Motors?
We also went to Alaska.
We also went to Alaska. And EcoWorld, finally to you.
Yeah, also went Alaska.
3 votes for Alaska. So let's see what our participants had to say. Which US state had the most active volcanoes? Hawaii, California, Alaska, or Washington? I can't really imagine many active volcanoes in Washington, but let's see if people voted for it. Nope. Alaska, 77% of people have gone for Alaska. Let's see if that is the right answer. And I'm told, indeed it is, there are about 169 volcanoes in the United States that scientists consider active. Most of these, around 130, are located in Alaska, where eruptions occur virtually every single year. Let's go to our leaderboard to see how our contestants have been doing. EcoWorld, 24 out of 30. NK Prestige, 20 out of 30. And Balfour Beatty have now slipped into third position with 19 questions correctly answered out of 30. An interesting movement of events there. But let's speak to our pole position, our first position holders right now, EcoWell. We've spoken to Balfour Beatty and NK Prestige Motors before, but EcoWell, thank you very much for being on with us today. Could you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're about, and also about the donation that you're making today?
Yeah, so EcoWorld, our mission statement is working towards a sustainable tomorrow. We do this by delivering generous and affordable quality building, engineering, and construction services. You take it now, right?
Yes, so taking over from him, hi Mansoor. So this is Arya from EcoWorld. So I am the graduate civil engineer of the team. So following to our end participation last year and our charity contributions earlier this year, we came to know about Humanity First does a lot of projects such as Water for Life, Food Bank, and medical care. So we actually had expressed a sincere interest to participate or to contribute for the water pump in Africa under the Water for Life project. And I'm more than excited to confirm an immediate contribution of £2,000 and further to assure contribution for great causes always.
So hi Mansoor, I'm Arifa and I manage the public relations for the company. And the reason why we are doing this contribution is because we believe as a responsible nationwide company, we aim to contribute through four major ways. So first is affordability. We provide affordable services for facilities and maintenance for everyone. We run offers to provide energy efficient upgrades for a safe environment. We have trained hundreds of university graduates and apprentices, and we focus on skill sharing. And the main reason for our contribution today is charity. So we want to support charities in terms of funding, and we encourage our employees to, volunteer for all the humanitarian tasks. Thanks.
That's phenomenal. I mean, all three of you given golden nuggets there. It's fantastic to speak to you all, and I think it's lovely to hear about the phenomenal work that your organization is doing. So again, thank you very much. And again, thank you for the very kind donation there as well. I hope that your donation will make a fantastic difference to the lives of many people around the world. And we're very, very thankful for that wonderful donation, that very kind gesture. So thank you very much, EcoWell. Humanity First, of course, many people know, as was already mentioned by the wonderful guests, that Humanity First is engaged in a number of different initiatives all around the world, some focusing on healthcare, some focusing on model villages, some focusing on Water for Life. Again, Water for Life, a very, very crucial endeavor and project, giving water to those places around the world that simply don't have access to clean drinking water. And Humanity First provides over 4 million people with clean, sustainable water, and it's doing so in conjunction with great organizations and charities such as EcoWorld and other many countries and companies and organizations around the world. So thank you very much to EcoWorld for that fantastic information, and again for that brilliant donation as well. We're going towards another video now about the Ivory Coast Hospital. Again, one of the main flagship things that we are raising money for today. Again, take part in the quiz, enjoy yourself, take the mick out of me, I don't care. As long as you donate and as long as you try to make a difference in people's lives, pay attention to the video. It might just help you in the next round. Let's have a look.
The need is for maternal and pediatric care, but also because it's next to the main auto route. So Abidjan is on the south coast, and there's an auto route that snakes up to Yamoussoukro and heads north to Bouaké and Kofikro. And when we first looked at this site, this was on the outskirts of the city, but even in the time that we've been doing the planning and design, other towns have now come up on the route adjacent to it. And so there's a big population that we could be serving, many of them who are totally underserved. And even for maternal and pediatric care, he was citing the example of the Guatemala hospital, where the quality of not just the facilities but the quality of the services and care is going to be central, because that will attract not just the local population. We are next to a main highway, so we're well connected, but also private patients and other patients from that region. However, for the lower income parts of the population, such as the Abobo slum, then there are probably 3 or 4 million people who can't afford proper healthcare. And how does that manifest itself? Women not surviving maternity, children, those are the people that are most affected. So there was a clear need, and the location, we needed a compromise of a location that wasn't too far from those populations that we need to serve, but also where we could also subsidize their care by providing private treatment as well. If you put it right in the slum, that wouldn't have worked.
So again, some fantastic work going on there, and we can really feel the need for us to get involved and to participate and donate as much as we can. Of course, donating your time and your money, both are very, very brilliant options to do. If you can come out and help us with the work, then get in contact with us. If you can spare a couple of weeks, a couple of months, then by all means get in touch and we can work something out, hopefully. And of course, please go on and donate, hfuk.org/donate. Please make your donations, dig deep. It's the time of the year that we know people around the world are suffering. If we can make a difference, then why not? Moving on to our next round, which is Humanity First round. I did say that our video may help you, and I think we'll see that come true, hopefully, in this round now. Moving on to our first question. I hope our contestants are ready. What is the web address for Humanity First UK's website? What is the web address for Humanity First UK's website? Is it A, hfuk.com, B, hfuk.org, C, uk.humanityfirst.org, or D, humanityfirst.com? What's the answer? I can't really give you many clues about this, can I? There's only 4 possible answers. There's no more notes to give you about it. So if you've been paying attention, hopefully you'll know the answer. Let's go over to our contestants to see what they think the answer is. EcoWorld, what is the answer to this very tricky question?
hfuk.org.
hfuk.org. NK Prestige Motors.
I'm glad we got this one right. hfuk.org.
Thank God. I think I was going to say famous last words, but I mean, hopefully. And Balfour BT, where did you go?
Yeah, hfuk.org.
hfuk.org. Let's have a look at what our participants at home thought. I hope we have a large percentage on the right, seeing as it is on our screen continuously. Let's have a look at what the participants had to say. Ooh, I mean, 6%, come on. But 94% have gone with hfuk.org. And can we reveal if that's the right answer, please? And we don't need to wait for the green. 94% have got the correct answer. 6%, where are you? It's on the screen. Anyway, question number 2. Where has Humanity First UK just opened its second food bank? This was discussed a little bit earlier on in the show. Where has Humanity First UK just opened its second food bank? Is it A, in Walsall, B, in London, C, in Hartlepool, or D, in Murfield? Where has Humanity First United Kingdom just opened its second food bank? So one already existed, and we've spoken about that. Where has it opened its second food bank? Is it A, Walsall, B, London, C, Hartlepool, or D, Murfield? Let's go to our contestants. James and James, where do you think? I mean, I know you might know about one of them, but where has the second one opened?
Well, according to James, it's Murfield.
Brilliant. And where has the second one opened?
That'd be the Walsall one,
right,
then.
There we go. Moving on to our next contestant, EcoWorld. Where has the second Humanity First UK food bank been opened?
In Walsall.
Walsall. Balfour BT, how about you guys? What do you think?
Yeah, Walsall.
Warsaw, right? Okay, and we can have a look at our participants to see what they say. We've had one answer for Mirfield and two for Warsaw. I can see that 80% have gone for Warsaw, 5% have gone for Mirfield, and that's understandable, I guess. But I mean, 80% indeed is the right answer. We do actually have, for the sake of James and James, we do of course have a food bank in Mirfield. The question was about the second food bank, which has just recently been opened up in Warsaw. Question number 3. In which country did Humanity First last build a hospital? In which country did Humanity First last build a hospital? Is it A, Costa Rica, B, Honduras, C, Guatemala, or D, Canada? In which country did Humanity First last build a hospital? Is it A, Costa Rica, B, Honduras, C, Guatemala, or D, Canada? The actual hospital opened up in 2018, but let's have a look at where that hospital was opened up. Let's go to our contestants. EcoWorld, Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala, or Canada?
We went for Honduras.
Honduras, okay. Balfour Beatty.
It's Guatemala.
Guatemala. And NK Prestige Motors?
Guatemala.
Guatemala. And let's have a look at what our participants at home thought the answer was. So in which country did Humanity First last build a hospital? Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala, or Canada? The hospital was opened up in 2018, and now we're going to see what the participants at home had to say. We had one vote for Honduras and two for Guatemala, and we can see at home 83% of people have gone for Guatemala as the correct answer. Let's see if that's right. Indeed it is. Brilliant. Question number 4. Yopougon, where the Ivory Coast Hospital is being built, is a suburb of which city? Is it So Yopougon, where the Ivory Coast Hospital is being built, is a suburb of which city? Is it Corhogo, Abidjan, Yamoussoukro, or San Pedro? So where in Yopougon, where the Ivory Coast Hospital is being built, is a suburb of which city? Corhogo, Abidjan, Yamoussoukro, or San Pedro? A, B, or C, or D? Let's have a look at what our contestants had to say. Balfour Beatty, where do you think it is?
It's Abidjan.
Abidjan. I think many people who have been listening to the video will be helped by the answer, either A, B, C, or D. EcoWorld, what do you think the answer is?
Yeah, Abidjan.
Abidjan. And NK Prestige Motors?
We're all right. Abidjan.
Abidjan. I like the confidence. Let's go on to our participants at home and see what they had to say. Again, 89% of people have gone for Abidjan. Let's see if that's the correct answer. Indeed it is. Brilliant. And going on to the last question of this round, how many people are estimated to be unable to afford proper healthcare in the area? How many people are estimated to be unable to afford proper healthcare in the area that we've just mentioned? Is it 100,000? Is it 1 to 2 million, 3 to 4 million, or 8 to 9 million? How many people are estimated to be unable to afford proper healthcare in the area, as mentioned in the video that we just watched, I should mention? Is it 100,000, 1 to 2 million, 3 to 4 million, or 8 to 9 million? And of course, that number could be even higher now, and it keeps on growing. But according to that video, what was the right answer? Let's go to our contestants. NK Prestige Motors, what did you think it was?
It's 3 to 4 million people.
3 to 4 million people. Balfour Beatty?
Yeah, we'd agree. 3 to 4 million.
3 to 4. And EcoWorld?
Yeah, 3 to 4 million.
3 votes for 3 to 4 million. And of course, I mean, let's see if that's the correct answer. Let's hear what people have voted at home. But I mean, any one of those numbers is heartbreaking, to be honest. I mean, the fact is, it's a number, but the fact of the matter is that each person that has, no access to proper healthcare is an absolute travesty. People here, even here in the United Kingdom, or indeed in in more economically developed countries, we don't have access to medicine for a day, and suddenly there's an absolute panic. And yet, people around the world, 3 to 4 million, 1 to 2 million, 8 to 9 million, 100,000, even if it was 10 or 20, even one is far too many to not have access to that healthcare. Let's have a look at the participants. 84% have said that it was 3 to 4 million. Let's have a look if that's the right answer. Absolutely. 84% gave the right answer. 3 to 4 million people just in that area don't have access to proper healthcare. Again, something that this hospital endeavours to remedy. And again, what your donations will help remedy as well. hfuk.org/donate. Let's go to our leaderboard and see how people have been doing. We're nearing the end of the quiz now. EcoWorld maintaining that top position, 26 out of 35 questions answered correctly, followed up by NK Prestige, 24 out of 35. And number third, in third position, Balfour Beatty with 24 out of 35. So again, the same same number of questions answered as NK Prestige. Let's see how that continues in our last round. Last round. Who said it? Question number 1. I've never really wanted to go to Japan, simply because I don't like eating fish. And I know that's very popular out there in Africa. Who said it? A. Britney Spears. B. Gwyneth Paltrow. C. J.K. Rowling. Or D. Kim Kardashian. I've never really wanted to go to Japan, simply because I don't like eating fish. And I know that's very popular out there in Africa. Who said it? Britney Spears, A. B. Gwyneth Paltrow. C. J.K. Rowling. Or D. Kim Kardashian. Let's go to our contestants. Let's see how their knowledge of what people said and when they said it is. Balfour Beatty, who said that?
We think it might be Kim Kardashian who said this.
Kim Kardashian, okay. NK Prestige Motors, what do you guys think?
Well, we think it's between Kim Kardashian and Britney Spears. And we went Britney Spears.
And what did you go for? Britney Spears? Okay.
Britney.
And EcoWorld, what did you go for?
We went for Kim Kardashian. It sounds like something she would say.
Absolutely no comment there whatsoever. Let's see what our participants at home had to say. So 85% have gone for Britney Spears, 10% for Kim Kardashian, 5% for J.K. Rowling, and 0 for Gwyneth Paltrow. Thank you for that. Let's go and see what the right answer is. 85% have gone for the correct answer, which is Britney Spears. So congratulations to I think it was James and James who got that answer right. So congratulations to you guys. Question number 2. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Who said it? A. Nelson Mandela. B. Michelle Obama. C. Abraham Lincoln. Or D. the Dalai Lama. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Who said it? Nelson Mandela, Michelle Obama, Abraham Lincoln, or the Dalai Lama? Let's go over to our contestants to see what they have to say. EcoWorld, who do you think said it?
We think Abraham Lincoln said it.
Abraham Lincoln. Balfour Betty?
We'll go for Nelson Mandela, but yeah, we think it's wrong.
What is it with this? Oh, we'll go for this, but we know it's wrong. I mean, it's like covering ourselves in like GCSEs. We know that's not the answer, but we're going to say it anyway. Okay, cool. So Nelson Mandela and NK Prestige Motors. What do you guys go for?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Let's see what our participants at home had to say. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. 79% have gone for Abraham Lincoln. Was that the right answer? Indeed it was. 79% have gone for Abraham Lincoln, which was the correct answer. Question number 3. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. Who said it? A. George W. Bush, B. Steve Jobs, C. David Cameron, or D. Benjamin Franklin? Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. Who said it? George W. Bush, Steve Jobs, David Cameron, or Benjamin Franklin? Let's have a look at our contestants. Balfour Beatty, what did you go for?
Benjamin Franklin, we went.
Benjamin Franklin. EcoWorld?
Yeah, we went for Benjamin Franklin as well.
Benjamin Franklin. And NK Prestige Motors?
It sounds like something Benjamin Franklin would say.
I never met him personally, but I think I might agree with you. Let's see what our participants at home had to say. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. Who said it? George W. Bush, Steve Jobs, David Cameron, or Benjamin Franklin? It's an interesting quote, isn't it? Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. I guess it's something that I need to learn from anyway. Let's have a look at what the participants had to say. And we've gone for an overwhelming majority. 89% have gone for Benjamin Franklin. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. And indeed, that is the correct answer. So well done, everyone, for getting that answer right. Question 4. This is now the penultimate question for the quiz for today. We're definitely going to get child's name christened, but we don't know into which religion. So we've taken out the child's name just for the fact that we want to keep it obvious, or keep it not obvious, rather. We're definitely going to get christened, but we don't know into which religion. Who said that? Was it A, George W. Bush, B, David Beckham, C, Brad Pitt, or D, Kanye West? We're definitely going to get christened, but we don't know into which religion. Who said that? Was it A, George W. Bush, B, David Beckham, C, Brad Pitt, or D, Kanye West? Let's have a look at what our contestants have to say. Balfour Beatty, who do you think said it?
Kanye. We went Kanye.
You went for Kanye West. Okay, EcoWell, how about you guys?
We went for David Beckham.
David Beckham. And NK Prestige Motors, who did you go for?
It sounds like something David Beckham would say. David Beckham.
I wish I could say I've met him, but I haven't. We're definitely going to get child's name christened. That's not the person's name. That'd be a weird name to have, isn't it? We're definitely going to get christened, but we don't know into which religion. 71% of people at home have said that's David Beckham saying that. Let's see if that's the right answer. That is indeed the right answer. 71% have given the right answer. The remark was actually given shortly after the birth of their eldest son, Brooklyn. You'll be happy to know that a glitzy christening was held in a private chapel, a Christian place of worship. And finally, question number 5, the last question of today's quiz. Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. That's not said by me. That's a quote that I'm reading. Please don't be confused. Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. Who said that? Was it A, Mark Zuckerberg? Wow, I didn't got my letters right. A, Mark Zuckerberg, B, Justin Bieber, C, Donald Trump, or D, Bill Gates? Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. Who said that? Was it A, Mark Zuckerberg, B, Justin Bieber, C, Donald Trump, or D, Bill Gates? Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. A, B, C, or D? Before we go to our participants at home, let's have a word with our contestants here in the studio. NK Prestige Motors, what do you think the answer is?
Only Donald Trump would say that.
Only Donald Trump would say that, says NK Prestige Motors. EcoWorld, what do you guys think?
Yeah, that's definitely a Donald Trump thing to say.
Okay. Balfour Beatty?
It's got to be Donald, hasn't it?
It's got to be Donald. Part of the beauty of me is that I am very rich. All of our studio contestants unanimously have gone for that's something that Donald Trump would say. And 90% of people at home seem to think the very same thing. 90% of people, of course, going for that. 5% for Mark Zuckerberg, 5% for Justin Bieber. But again, 90% have gone for Donald Trump, and that indeed is the correct answer. Let's have a look at our final leaderboards to see how the teams have done. And I can see quite clearly that in first position, we have, or I should start from the third, even though you can all see, there's not much tension because you can all see it in front of me, but let's do it anyway. In third position, drumroll, we have Balfour Beatty, who answered 26 out of the 40 questions correctly. Then we have NK Prestige, who answered 29 out of the 40 questions correctly. But our winners for today, with a total of 32 out of the 40 questions answered correctly, is EcoWorld. So congratulations to the EcoWorld team for being, at least in this studio, our #1 participant. So congratulations to you guys. And we're going to be sending you a big packet of Humanity First merchandise as well. Take it up with the producers. Take it up with the producers. That's what I'm going to say. But brilliant, EcoWorld, congratulations, fantastic. Again, I'm seeing the applauses coming in. So again, you can just imagine the fireworks and all of the. We would have had loads prepared, but of course, lockdown. You know how it is. But yeah, congratulations, fantastic show today. Of course, I think many people hopefully have enjoyed it. Let's go on to our leaderboard for our participants at home to see how they've done. We can see the top 5 people here. Again, we've seen 2, the brother and sister, I believe. I could be completely wrong. That would be awkward. I'm told that they could be husband and wife. That is a complete possibility. I'm now being told all the different combinations of relatives that it could be, so I take that back anyway. So we have Hania Sajid, who's come in at 39 out of 40 questions correct. Wow. Shajil Sajid, again, 39 out of 40. I'm hoping Google wasn't used, other than for that one question about Google. Yahya with 37 out of 40. Shafi with 36 out of 40. And Roman Belik, 35 out of 40. I mean, where do you guys come from? I mean, one person's answered them in 3 minutes, 38 seconds. I mean, wow, fair enough. I think you should be doing my job. Again, congratulations for everyone who's been at home. The top 3 people on the leaderboard should contact us at events@hfuk.org. So the top 3 people on here. So you can see the names on the front there. Top 3 people should contact us at events@hfuk.org. I think perhaps with the permission of the producer, I'm going to ask the top 4 people to get involved. So I think the top 2 might have been in somewhat of a collusion. So the top 4 people can by all means get in contact with us. The first place will get a Bluetooth speaker. Second and third will get a bundle of HF merchandise. Again, it's been a fantastic event. Our 10 for 10 campaign has been running for the past 10 days. With your help, that campaign and this event have actually raised a whopping £80,000, which is phenomenal, which will actually make such a huge difference in people's lives. There's loads of things going on right now, of course. I mean, just turn on the news and you can see the atrocities that are happening all over the world. Humanity First actually right now also has boots on the ground in Palestine, regardless of the politics and everything else going on. It's about helping the people that are in need and getting out there to try to be on the ground and actually helping people to make sure that we are making a difference and alleviating the pain and suffering in people's lives. People that need our help, and it's always the most vulnerable in society that are hit the hardest. Donate to Humanity First at hfuk.org/donate. Really dig deep and try to make a difference in people's lives. Subscribe to our YouTube channels and, of course, like this video. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to be finishing the show with a how to donate video, just in case there's anyone left there with some questions. By all means, get in touch. And just before we go to this last how to donate video to work out what's going on, just a bit more of an idea, a fantastic time with our brilliant in-studio guests. I'd just like to give a big thank you to our 3 wonderful teams, Balfour Beatty, NK Prestige Motors, and EcoWorld, for your donations and, of course, the fantastic participation in what can only be described as the quiz of the century. So, again, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for being with us all the way. Is there anything you guys would like to say at the end?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations to EcoWorld.
Oh, well, yes, absolutely. Thank you to EcoWorld, and thank you to everyone else, and congratulations to EcoWorld for coming first, and again, to the people at home. Thank you very much. Until next time, I'm sure there will be a next time, I'll leave you with the how to donate video, but please dig deep, hfuk.org/donate. Please donate and make a difference and change someone's life. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
You can donate in 1 minute. Click Donate Now in the top right-hand corner. You can choose to donate one-off or monthly. You can select or enter an amount. If you've donated before, you can sign in to fill in your details automatically. Select Gift Aid to give an extra 25% at no cost to you. Enter your name, email, and address. If you're happy to hear from us, check the box and click Submit Donation. Enter a password to save your details and click Donate. Donate now at hfuk.org.
The need is for maternal and paediatric care, but also because it's next to the main auto route. So Abidjan is on the south coast, and there's an auto route that snakes up to Yamoussoukro and heads north to Bouaké and Kofikro. And when we first looked at this site, this was on the outskirts of the city, but even in the time that we've been doing the planning and design, other towns have now come up on the route adjacent to it. And so there's a big population that we could be serving, many of them who are totally underserved. And even for maternal and pediatric care, he was citing the example of the Guatemala hospital, where the quality of not just the facilities, but the quality of the services and care is going to be central, because that will attract not just the local population. We are next to a main highway, so we're well connected, but also private patients and other patients from that region. However, for the lower income parts of the population, such as the Abobo slum, then there are probably 3 or 4 million people who can't afford proper healthcare. And how does that manifest itself? Women not surviving maternity, children, those are the people that are most affected. So there was a clear need, and the location, we needed a compromise of a location that wasn't too far from those populations that we need to serve, but also where we could also subsidize their care by providing private treatment as well. If you put it right in the slum, that wouldn't have worked.